Alright, it's my 7th time trying to make a voiceover because I forgot how to talk to a microphone. So this time, no going back. I finished this in this take, and if I will babble or like just basically talk whatever and I will lose my train of thought at some point, let be it. I forgot how hard it is to talk to a microphone and to say something remotely interesting while keeping track of what I have said previously. So bear with me, because I might repeat myself like 20 times over, but I don't want to like try to record the audio in like 5 hours. It's like half an hour video. Yeah, let's do it. So at first, let me explain what is going on in the screen, what is happening and what I am working on, and then we will talk about a topic that I will talk about later without any spoilers. So you have to watch the entire video and listen to the entire thing, and then you will get a cool informations, and hopefully cool informations, and hopefully something that will help you out. Maybe. I hope so. So the thing that I am working on in here is a forge of Hephaestus done for Archvillain Games new project that is called Prometheus' Guide to Olympus, and it's basically, I believe, 600 plus pages of D&D 5e compatible type of a project, set in like ancient Greece, like and stuff like it. So heroes, hydras, monsters, myths and whatnot. So yeah, that's cool. And as I said, I was doing Hephaestus forge, so I needed to design some sort of a cool looking golem, and it went relatively fast because I have done like 4 sketches for him or 5, combined them together, and then I was kind of like vibe designing everything on the fly in 3D. And for technical aspects, I did hard surface work in Blender, and then moved everything to 3D code and I sculpted it up. And yeah, 3D code is cool because it's relatively simple to understand. Like you can do a lot of stuff in it quickly, and kinda the like plasticine, I believe, like feel to it, kinda like you are really sculpting in clay. Like it's quite imperfect and is not super like razor sharp. It can be, but it's not most of the time when I work on something. Fits to the way I like to work. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's like playing in clay. It's cool. It's a program is definitely much less technical than ZBrush, and I tried ZBrush many times. It just, there is something about ZBrush that just don't fit properly with my brain. That's why I'm using a combo of Blender and 3D Sculpt, and it's been proven to be successful, at least for me, for past several years. So I'm sticking to this pipeline. It's cool. And later, because half of the video is me modeling the golem, the other half is me painting the illustration, I have not recorded the process of building a 3D scene in Blender, because it was super heavy scene and the recording was constantly crashing. So I like gave up and decided, okay, it's basically the same stuff that I have done with the golem. It's like some hard surface, some sculpting, composing everything together, trying to not crash my PC, and press render, like pray it will render, and then paint up the renders in Photoshop. And that's pretty much end of the story in this case, for what I am doing on the screen. That's all. And for the topic that I wanted to cover is the first thing. 4 months ago, I started doing some free mentorships for some junior people who are not yet in the entertainment industry, or who are just starting out and are getting their first commissions, because currently a lot of people are afraid to do anything art related or to pick up this like cool type of work because they are afraid of AI. And I don't really want to talk about AI. In my opinion, it's like you are making flashy images, like it's okay if you want to render like, I don't know, busty female, anime girl or whatever. For anything more, let's say, interesting or very specific, I found it's completely useless. Maybe you can find some cool images on Pinterest or whatever, but in my opinion, every single thing done by AI has the same... It's hard to even put my finger on it, like the same look to it. Like I'm yet to see something very unique from AI. I doubt I will ever see it. But to put it simply, in my opinion, if you need to use AI, you can't use it properly. If you can use AI properly, you absolutely don't need to use it. So as I said, a lot of people are kind of afraid to start working as a concept artist, illustrator, or something along the line because of the AI. And I wanted to show some people that it is possible to work in the field and in the field of the entertainment industry and to do cool stuff, because in the end it's a very cool occupation, it's a very cool type of work. And because a lot of people helped me back in the days when I was just starting out, I decided it's time to give back to the community and help new people out. So yeah, this way I believe maybe at some point they will help someone out, and we will have cool artists and cool projects posted everywhere. And it's cool to see cool projects, and it's really cool and very fulfilling to see people enjoy doing something, working on something, trying their best, trying their hardest to do something very cool. And it's very rewarding, I would say, to help someone out. It's always nice to see how different people think and what they have to say and what they want to show to the world. And yeah, and at the moment I plan to make the first round of the mentorships to be 1 month in length, to just some sort of a flash mentorship. At the moment we are going on month 4, and some projects are nowhere near completion, but they are cool, so I am all for it. I thought it will take a month. As I said, we are entering month 5, and I can't believe it. It's my 7th take trying to record the voiceover, and my neighbor started hammering something. I am going crazy. This is a bad luck. I hope you don't hear the hammer, but yeah, I'm not restarting the video. I'm not restarting the voiceover. It's been too long. I'm trying to record it for over 2 hours, and it's only 30 minutes video, and it's my 4th time passing 8 minutes. So yeah, I'm not restarting it, even if you hear some hammering happening above me. But the thing that I also wanted to talk about is how I believe it's best to make your portfolio, to make it interesting, because throughout the years I was reading a lot of stuff about the portfolio, what should be in it, what type of works you should have in it, what type of topics you should cover, what type of topics you should not cover. And it's lots and lots of different tips and tricks. None of them really ever sat with me properly. So in my case, I never done a portfolio that was very company oriented. I only did what I liked to do for my portfolio, projects that I enjoy working on, because if I enjoy working on something, and it's for my enjoyment, first and foremost. If I am making some sort of a personal project, I want to have fun working on it. And one of the artworks that I have done, it was a giant in a cave, actually gave me my first big studio work. And it was absolutely nothing that shows that I can do something in a proper pipeline. But it was cool enough that my then art director, Said Farhangian, decided, at least this is what he told me, he had the feeling that I might be a good fit into his team. And I have been working with him for over 3 years in that company, and now we are cool friends. So So yeah, and it kind of got me thinking that maybe you don't need like very portfolio, like very company oriented type of a portfolio where you show all your technical abilities. Maybe you just need projects that are cool, because if you're a junior, if you're just starting out, there is so many things that you have no idea about, so many different opinions, ways, so many different things to like learn, that it might get very discouraging to even start anything, because whatever you will do, some sort of an opinion will say it's not correct and it should be in a portfolio and yada yada or whatever. And what I thought might be cool to do on the mentorship is to guide people through the artworks that they want to make, and to make them in a way that is very, let's say, portfolio friendly, that will show that they have the set of abilities and that they went through a process that is very similar to a professional pipeline while making a project that they deeply care about, because it's something that they want to make. So, for example, I don't take, let's say, 5 people and tell them, okay, in this mentorship we are designing a tank, because maybe out of, let's say, those 5 people, absolutely no one from them is interested in tanks. And of course, you might get a task to design a tank in a professional environment, like in your workplace, but this is something we will talk about later. But when you're doing something, it's cool to, like when junior is doing something, it's cool to have something that they are really passionate about, because this way there is much less chance they will get discouraged, and they will also have the ability to like show their own voice, like to show what they want to show and to work what they want to work on, because it's hard enough already to start a project, and it will be unreasonable, in my opinion, to force them to work on something they are not interested in, and to discourage them further by showing them, oh, this is professional work, you will be working on something you don't enjoy. Like, fuck that, in my opinion. Let's make something that you want to make, and then we will adjust it in a way that will be portfolio ready. So, for example, one guy wanted to design some sort of a like mercenary, like post-apocalyptic mercenary, and instead of just going, okay, make me 3 cool sketches, we will pick one sketch and we will polish it and post it in the portfolio, we are going through the entire brief. We are trying to prepare his idea in a way that you could receive from a client. So it's like his personal work, but the entire preparation of the work and the process we are going through is like a professional environment studio work type of a thing. So we are preparing a brief, we are preparing descriptions, we are preparing like mood boards, reference boards. We are trying to basically give ourselves and it's happening with every single project that I'm doing with some people on the mentorships. We are basically preparing some sort of a design brief that later will allow us to make educated decisions, not to make a guesswork, but something to basically a design spec, like design restrictions. So we don't really go all around trying to make the stuff only cool looking. We are trying to fit the thing that we worked through, like the idea that we worked on through. So this way, if we complete the project, and then if the guy will post the project in his portfolio, the project will be very complete. In a sense, we will go through the entire design spec, we go through all the necessary steps, through sketching, through decision making, and 99% of the decisions that they make on their own. It's not like they send me a sketch, I paint over it and draw over it and say, make exactly this, it will look better. Like, it also makes not a lot of sense, in my opinion. Like, I try to force them to work on their own, So they are developing their skills. I only tell them, okay, this looks bad, like rework it several times. And at rework number 5, suddenly they have like, okay, this looks cool. Like now let's continue in this direction, and they continue working and continue working. It takes much longer than me making a paint over and telling them this is correct and do this. I want them to go through the entire process of designing everything to get their own conclusions, and to also realistically have an artwork in the portfolio that they are capable of making, not something that I did for them and then they are uploading it with my paint overs and they are polishing my paint over or whatever. Like, this wouldn't make a lot of sense, because later a client would want something from them and they couldn't deliver because, let's say, the crucial part of the design is my paint over that they polished, and yeah, and then they will fail the commission, and then it's a problem. So in my opinion, a good project, in this case a good mentorship project, is something that they are perfectly capable of doing on their own, but with only the proper direction, or I hope it's a proper direction. But from what I have been seeing right now, a lot of cool projects looks like a lot of the projects look cool, so, and they have some logic to it. So yeah, and I kinda lost my train of thought. This is something that I was afraid about will happen, but the general idea, like, to maybe not sum it up, but to have some sort of I'm missing a word, summary. Well, maybe it's something like summary. If you are making a project, do something for your portfolio that you want to make, and try to present it in a way that will show that you are pretty much ready to work on anything else. So if you are designing a monster, let's say we are designing a monster, a lot of people, especially juniors, will make like 2-3 sketches, slap the canvas and just paint it up and call it a day. It's not a very complete project, and it does not show that you are capable of doing anything else than some sort of an illustration with better or less rendering. This is, yeah, another story. And if you're applying with something like this to some sort of a company, it does not really show a lot what you can do. So try to think, or basically follow what I will now say, what you can do. Spend some time on the sketches and try to do like 10 sketches instead of 3. Even if your, I don't know, second or third sketch is perfect, force yourself to make 7 more sketches. Have 10 of them or something like it. Maybe the 10th one will give you one idea that you wouldn't have otherwise. Also, you will practice some sketching. It's a very valuable skill. Then make a clearer design of it, like make a clear line art, because it will also show that you can draw, and drawing is extremely valuable in every aspect of making art. So if you can draw, your life will be much easier. So make a very clean line art. If you have a very clean line art, then make some color variants. Even if you perfectly know what colors you want to have, try to do 3 color variants, because most of the time, if you are doing something for someone, for a client, they will want to see color variants in every single thing. Let it be illustration, character design, logo, some sort of a symbol, prop, whatever. Always experiment with colors. Again, maybe something unexpected will work much better than you initially thought. So yeah, now the project gets more complex. And also, you are not forcing yourself to think about everything at the same time while making an illustration. You are basically taking one step over the other, like step first, sketches, then refined sketches, then proper nice line art, then colors. And then you can think, for example, about posing, because a lot of the stuff that I enjoy doing is designing something in flat view, so without any sort of a perspective or whatever, Because I strongly believe if you can manage to make something look good as a flat image without any perspective and without any cool like light works or whatever, or like fancy textures, if it looks good flat, it will look good like rotated and post. And if it will look good flat and rotated and post, it will look even better if you texture it, color it, and slap some light onto it. So yeah, this is my way of thinking. It's at the moment it's proven to work very well, and it also shows that you are capable of thinking about the object in different ways. So you see the bigger picture, not only like a cool image in the end, because lots of the time this type of thing can really help in the other department. Because for example, for the golem that I have in here, because I did a flat drawing for it, because I did a sculpt of it, and because I just enjoy working this way, as far as I believe, this guy will get like properly 3D sculpted by like a proper 3D sculptor, and it might be a mini that will be used in the Kickstarter campaign. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but I remember my boss told me that I have to keep the 3D model for the guy, because maybe it will be used as a mini later, so it can be properly optimized for sculptors. And yeah, because I took one step at a time, and every like checkbox was like checked, the relatively simple project that was make a cool illustration now gives much more opportunities all around, and it basically can help develop the project, the bigger spectrum of the project. But to go back, what you should do with your portfolio, if let's say you are at the stage where you finish the colors, then make a very nice rendering of the project that you have done. So pose the character if it's not posed. If it was posed, then just basically render it nicely. And at this point you are showing that you're capable of making variants, you're capable of thinking about the colors, you're capable of posing something, you're capable of illustrating it. Even it does not even have to look super good, but you are showing that, because if you are a junior, there's no way you are going to make everything perfectly, but it's showing that you are able to take necessary steps for the project and to help it develop further. And then if you have, for example, a nice rendering of the character, then maybe think about making an illustration for it. So you have a design, so basically some sort of a monster in an angry pose on a like without a background, in some sort of a studio background. Then maybe try to show it doing something cool. So think about it like maybe Magic the Gathering type of a illustration, like card art, or maybe some sort of a Applebot type of an illustration, or whatever type of an illustration. You designed angry ogre, or I don't know, a dwarf or something. Now I believe it's time to make an illustration for it, because you can show more about the character. So you can show the environment he is in, you can show what he is doing. If you are designing angry monster, make an illustration where the monster is super angry and is destroying something. And this way you are also adding layers to the project, and with one thing you are showing you can go from start to finish and cover every single aspect of the set project. And also if the illustration is a little bit more complex, you can also mix in some environmental design to it. So for example, in this case, because I didn't have like that much time to do everything, because if I could I would spend like half a year on a single piece, but it's not very viable. Sometimes you need to make decisions very quick on the fly. I did like 2 or 3 sketches for the anvil. Okay, it's ready to go. I'm making an anvil, but there is set of things around, and then I designed the environment. And again, I didn't have like 3 weeks to design the environment, so I did like 2 or 3 versions, 2 or 3 quick mockups and versions, and then like straight to the final, basically a decision-making thing. And it's also an important thing that I will talk about in a second. And then if you have the illustration ready, maybe do some sort of a logo for the project. So you design the monster, make some sort of an icon for it. Or pick cool typography or make some cool typography for the project to give it even more depth. So the entire thing is much more customized, and this way you can still work on something that you like. So for example, you want to design a dragon, do much more for it. Design everything around the dragon, even if it won't be perfect and nobody cares. Like it just shows you can commit to the project and that you can flesh it out much more than just making some sort of a cool illustration. And also in portfolio, if you have an artwork that has multiple images, it just looks cooler. It's more interesting to view, even if it's not painted up perfectly. So in my case, this illustration, I enjoy it. Like, it is fun. By no means it's like super perfect or like amazing in terms of quality. But yeah, it will show when it's posted some sort of a thinking process behind it, and yeah. So yeah, this is like the tip for you. If you have time, I believe it's better to make one very solid project where you flesh out everything instead of making 5 half-assed projects for your portfolio. Like in this case, quality is much better over quantity, because later you will do quantity in your professional environment, like in work, you will do some quantity. And what I wanted to say also previously, learn to design and to work on a complex projects or on something that you enjoy. So you can have the entire portfolio made out of undeads or dragons or whatever, like different dragons, different whatever. If you can design a dragon properly, if you can design some sort of an architecture for it or some environment for it, you will be able to design some sort of an environment for something else. It's just then they will pay you for it, so you will have additional motivation to it. But don't torture yourself with working on something that you don't really enjoy working on. So for example, I don't really enjoy designing, let's say, real life environments. So I could design some sort of a shop and a shopkeeper in like 21st century, but it's not something that I'm interested in. So I won't be spending my free spare time working on something that I don't enjoy. I will work on something that I enjoy, and I want my portfolio to show artworks that I really liked working on. And then I want to show some professional work that I have done. Because, again, I just wouldn't feel interested in working on something like it. But if it's like a professional work and I have to design something like it, then I can do it, because the process is exactly the same. Just the requirements will be slightly different, and yeah, and maybe I won't enjoy designing it in professional environment that much, but I will do it, I will go through it, I will design it, and yeah. And maybe it will torture me a bit, but at least I won't torture myself while working on my own stuff. So yeah, I believe I started repeating myself a lot. So the key takeaway for the entire thing will be, in my opinion, have fun while doing projects, do stuff that you enjoy working on, and try to flesh out the projects much more. If you are designing a creature, make some orthographic views, design it from front view, side view, back view, make some callouts for weapons, just design more from it. Don't just like do it and call it a day. Instead of spending like a week on it, spend like 3 months on it. The final quality of the artwork will show that you cared about the project. And then you will also practice some stuff that you will use in your professional environment, like making orthographic views or whatever. But yeah, if you have any questions, I have been talking non-stop for 30 minutes. I finally managed to do it, and I even pressed the record button, so I'm super happy. Yeah, that's all. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. If you have any thoughts, let me know in the comments. And if you want to join the Discord server, also let me know in the comments. I will slap a link. They only like disappear, they deactivate after a week, so if you are watching it in the future, like 5 years from now, just ask again, I will update the link. So yeah, that's all. Thanks for watching and enjoy. Good luck. See ya.